Hello and welcome back to the channel. Now you would have noticed this isn't my Africa Twin. This is two-wheeled auto twit, Paul's red pattern. He's famous, well-conquering bike, but I lent him my Africa Twin to go all the way to the Sahara and all the way back. And today, finally today, I get my Africa Twin back. So let's jump straight into this and cue the intro. Well, with a pretty quick exchange at my house, because the light is going, Paul turned up. He had to move all of his luggage over because right now him and Steph are about to go on a romantic weekend, and to tie it all in, he dropped off the bike and he's going to go and stay near Rutland Water in some sort of like wood cabin. I think it's a hut style place, all romantic with a fire and stuff. So I'm kind of like slightly gate crashing their actual evening. But it all ties in, like I said, with him dropping off the bike and everything done. Now I have spent a little bit of money getting the Africa Twin right, and it did need stuff. It wasn't far away from needing certain things before it even went. And obviously it's come back with a list, so I'll explain and point out all of that shortly. But I've got some, just to start with, some new tyres to get used to. If you saw the videos, you'll know exactly what I mean, but I've also matched that one with the front as well, so one I had on the rear, but I'll show you later. But I'm back on my Africa Twin now. Obviously Paul's gone out of his way and given it a good clean because it was absolutely covered after Africa. But what I've promised them today is part of dropping it off and they're right over towards Rutland Water. Part of this is I obviously film a lot of my reviews and a lot of my rides on a certain patch that's very famous, not just for my own reviews but also places like Ride Magazine, etc. use the similar kind of roads. It's quite cinematic and quite a cool place. So I'm going to take them sort of my usual route to Rutland Water, what includes a lot of my filming, just to give them a little bit of a show of where I do all these things. Why we've got okay-ish light and I can't see that lasting for more than an hour at the minute. We'll see how much we can capture on film. But I'm back on my workhorse, my beast, my Africa Twin. And I've got to admit, it feels good. I've kind of been sort of really kind of being like, you know, it doesn't matter when you bring the bike back to us, etc., because we're both really busy people. Deep down I've been going, oh, I'm missing my bike, I'm missing my bike, I'm missing my bike. Let alone I've had nothing but crazy amount of editing to do with the world trip, and I've got products being sent to me and I'm massively busy anyway. This is kind of, like I said, my workhorse, so having it back is a great feeling. So now I can open it up a bit, have some power, have my workhorse back in play. Oh, it does feel good. It does feel really, really good. Right, what we're going to do now, just going to get off these main roads, get on some pretty roads, capture it in the true 11 out of 10 style, give Paul, two-wheeled auto twit, and Steph a nice, like, nice ride, a nice pretty ride on some nice roads. That's kind of my plan. And enjoy a drink with them, catch up. So ladies and gentlemen, shall we of course give them an 11 out of 10 experience. Let's go.
A new place, a new home, for a while, let me feel alive. Nothing to hold me back, take my time, just enjoy the ride. A new man passing by, life is good, best I've ever felt. Get me up, somewhere new, somewhere I can find myself. Oh, I feel found my way, I found my way. I was in the dark against it all, but made it through the day. Cause I found my way, I found my way. In bad times, I know I'll be okay. Cause I found my way. Cause I found my way. Cause I found my way, my way, my way, find my way, my way. Cause I found my way, my way, my way, find my way.
So it's already getting really dark, but as you can tell, I'm super excited to be back on the Africa Twin. But let me introduce, obviously you know Paul, and let me introduce Steph. So first of all, Steph, well, thanks for the coffees.
You're welcome.
That's the best thing. So you've already said, but just so everybody makes it official, out of Paul's red pan that's quite famous, and obviously now it's more famous, the Africa Twin, which one's the best?
The Africa.
The Africa Twin. It is, isn't it? It's more cool, it's more stylish. You can see how gutted he is straight away. And then Paul, obviously you've had to do a lot of running around to sort out the bike, so just go through what we've had done right from the trip.
From the trip, so we started off all good, to be fair.
It needed
halfway through Spain, new back tyre, no biggie really, just rode it a mile with a flat. We didn't tell you that bit.
You told me that after you went. Your words were like, "Oh, you don't want to know."
That was it. Then actually it went the whole trip without a real issue, did it? The chain was getting slacker and slacker.
Yeah, it was already on its way, weren't it?
And yeah, so once I got back, had the chain replaced, new front tyre because that was getting really lumpy. It was just wearing really weirdly.
Yeah, it was weird, weren't it? It's like it had bits weird. One side up and then the other side was like low, like it's weird crisscross.
It was, and it rides so much better now. And give it a wash because it was covered in Sahara sand everywhere.
It looks clean.
And it's had an MOT.
Oil change, isn't it? And so sprocket and change, front tyre. That we got matched. You found that. I struggled to find that, so you found the front tyre. So that now matches the back.
Yeah.
So it's 50-50, ready for me to do some craziness.
You've got to do some off-roading now.
I've got it, haven't I?
Yeah.
It's got to happen. Chain
I
sprockets.
won't say what I've done while I've had it in my present.
That's why you cleaned it. But it's all sorted. But it cost 500 quid, pretty much tyres.
5 million, I think.
No, it was about 500 quid, isn't it? If you think about British-wise, rear tyre, front tyre, chain sprockets, oil chain, the whole lot.
Considering it's done 4,500 miles. Yeah.
And now it's ready. It's ready for you to have more and more fun.
Ready for me to take back. The pan is yours.
It's not. It's definitely not. Right, should we get back on the road? I've got a few more things to show you. It is getting proper dark. And then you've got a romantic night that I've kind of sort of gate crashed.
Only slightly.
Only slightly. It's fine. Right, let's get back on the road. Well, we are off, and as you can see, it's getting a little bit darker. Well, it's getting pretty dark, to be honest, but we've just enjoyed a non-alcoholic beer at quite a very old kind of famous pub on the route that I take, called the Nelson Arms. We went back to 1875, I think that pub's been there from. And then my kind of next plan now is to take them we're not going to do the green lane in kind of field road that I do, obviously in the dark and Paul on his pan, but I'm going to take them sort of up here, and I go past that quite well-known lake that I can't remember the name of. It makes it even worse, but it's been in a million videos with the drone shots and everything else. So we're going to come up here, we're going to cut across, we're going to go via the sort of lake, and then we're going to cut up through the twisties, pop to Rutland Water, which is really nice, then we're going to say our goodbyes and leave them to have their romantic night. But Paul's already saying that he's missing the Africa Twin. Even when he got it, he went, "Oh, this feels so much more different." And I was like, "Get yourself Africa Twin." He goes, "It's already mine." It's not, boy, it belongs to me. Now I've got my heated Kais jacket on underneath here, and I've put my heated grips on because right now in real time we are right at the end of October, and it is, as you could imagine, temperature is getting chilly. I feel quite sorry for Steph because, bless her, she's got no heated gear and she's on the back and she looks frozen, and she's come all this way just for this romantic evening and to drop off the bike. Bless her cotton socks. So Paul's got his heated grips on, going, yeah, I'm not too bad. Well, he's getting hugged the entire way. He's getting a nice warm hug, so he's being well looked after by Steph. Right, I'm just going to take in, you can see the moon's out in the distance, full moon. Now, back in the day when I worked in the ambulance service, if you saw a full moon is when you turn around and say such things as, it's going to be a crazy night because all the crazy people come out. But I haven't done that for a long time, so not my problem, and it looks extremely pretty. Oh, being back on the Africa Twin is something so special. Now, just to put it into clarification, I said earlier, 500 quid on the bike has included 2 tyres, chain and sprockets, oil service, MOT as well. What's just cracking, isn't it? Just absolutely cracking, and it is good to go now for another whole year. And to be fair, with the chain, I used to get quite what I call like gear change slack, what I thought was just the DCT box with that kind of like clunk. I think it's because the chain was slacking, so you kind of got that weird clunk to it, where I haven't got that now. I've got this real smooth bike back from Paul. So for me to invest the 500 quid on all the stuff that needed to be done anyway, I'm quite happy with that. It's doing a cracking job. Feels really weird riding these roads in the pitch black when you ride them at night, and then you've got a random dude just walking along there. That reminds me of the Sahara already, and he's carrying a stick. A bit bizarre. Anyway, I'm going to enjoy a couple of miles with some sort of scenic, pretty roads. Lash it up, enjoy this time with Paul before he has to go back. Oh, I don't see him again now for months. I don't believe he's joining me on the next leg. I think he's having to work his butt off at the minute to pay for the last one. What's a good thing? But you never know, he might turn up yet. You never know, do you? Anyway, let's just take in the little bit more of the vista. Let's enjoy the night riding. Let's do it in that 11 out of 10 way with some nice music and the last few bits before I head home and say goodbye to them. Look at that beautiful moon. How beautiful is that? That is absolutely stunning. Beautiful.